evening, everybody. Welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer SGLive Online pods. This is Pod A for Astos. We've got DarkmoonEX and Chanigan. In our qualifiers, DarkmoonEX was the 16 seed coming out of the qualifiers, Chanigan the 9. We have in our flag set, we have 2 chosen incentive items, as well as a lot of our normal incentive items. Our 2 chosen incentive items were the defense sword and the Thor hammer. Other than that, we have the normal progression items, the floater, the canoe, the ship, the canal, the tail. Our incentivized locations, we've got Ice Cave, Ordeals, Marsh Cave, Titan's Trove, Volcano, Sea Shrine behind the gating, which means it's in what we call TFC, that friendly chest, which is the only chest in Sea Shrine that's behind a locked door, and Sky Palace behind the gating, which means that it will be actually in Sky, not in Mirage. Everything else is fully in the vanilla locations. Titan's Trove vanilla location is considered the far left chest. I am DM Stewart 1981 on the comms. Helping me out tracking is DuskPlume, and I want to give a big shout out to the SpeedGaming community for hosting this tournament. This is the first race of a best of 3 between these 2 racers. So we are getting ready. We should be starting very shortly. Our runners are on a 15-minute. Our runners are streaming on a 15-minute delay, so the gate dropped about 15 minutes, just shy of 15 minutes ago. So some other things about the flags. We have 50 to 200% enemy stats, 70 to 150 for boss stats, 5% experience and gold scaling per item, and a 2.5% or 2.5 times experience plus 200. And we are off. Slow 2, Sleep, Slow, and Dark out of black, and I did not notice what So we do have the pro rings in the armor shop, not much in the weapon shop. Chanigan making the play to see what King has. King has the slab. So this was a party draft. What we had was a party draft. Our party draft consisted of 2 black belts, 2 red mages, a fighter, and a thief. The bonuses for the fighter got 10 luck and max plus MP plus So every time the fighter, once after promotion, gains a level, an ice sword. Woo. So every time the fighter gains a level after promotion that would get him spell levels, then that will restore those spell levels. Darkmoon is pulling Garland. Looks like Darkmoon took Fighter, Thief, Red Mage, and looks like Chanigan took Thief, Red Mage, none. Well, the thing about an AI sword is it's good vendor. It's good for a vendor. Is that a thief or is that a black belt? Okay, great question in chat. The advantage of only taking 3. Nuns do not gain experience. So, okay, that is a black belt on Darkmoon. So nuns do not gain experience. So only taking 3 means you get more experience. And TNT from Sarah, so that'll be an interesting one. Darkmoon's picked up the TNT and the slab. Chanigan has only picked up the slab. Chanigan trying to use NPC Guillotine, but that doesn't work. Chanigan gets the TNT. So the advantage of only taking 3 is that the experience from each fight is only split 3 ways instead of 4. Okay, Darkmoon clearing Bridge Boss and heading over to Provoca. Chanigan's going to head over to Dwarf Cave and see what that TNT turns into. Do we have lazy dwarves? Get some couch cash and some more couch cash. Now, we do know that, okay, we get Warp, Temper, get Warp and Temper at level 2. That's a Chime. That was not what we wanted. And we get Cure 2 and Invis at level 2. Not anything great. Still not great on the weapons either. Still nothing great on the weapons. And Darkmoon pulls the pirates, which that's going to take a while. Chanigan pulling Bridge Boss. That's going to take a little while just because we have not found a sweeper yet. Yes, Softem is correct. It is one of the ways you do it is one of the reasons you do it is to concentrate that XP on your other party members. Can everyone in chat hear me okay? That is a crystal from Pirates. Vicky has the crystal, and cheap houses are always something I like to see. And not great armor. I mean, silver -1 for 1500 is, or for 1600 is decent. And Chanigan picking up all those, the warp and the temper and the not a whole lot else useful. Darkmoon is going to go over to Dwarf Cave. He's going to turn in that TNT, find out it's the chime. Darkmoon is going to go up and check the 3 chests at Matoya. There won't be an incentive item there, but there could be something useful there. Falchion -3. Couch cash. Arm -2. Oh, that crystal. Crystal becomes the canoe. That's a nice find. And Darkmoon utilizing that river up there for free encounter steps. So we'll talk about the encounter table a little as Darkmoon takes a hard reset. So I'll talk about the encounter table a little. The encounter table, think of a deck of cards with 256 cards in it. Every step, you take the top card off. A hard reset will take you back to the top of the deck. A soft reset will keep you where you are in the deck. If that makes sense. And I hope it does. And, we do not have extended open progression on, so the canoe is required. Yeah, if Chanigan doesn't find a grind or some magic, this is going to be a long seed for Chanigan. Darkmoon headed down to Marsh Cave. Is not pass and go, is going straight after that incentive item. Okay, is going to take some stuff, some chests on this bottom floor. And that spike tile, ooh. That would be a great spike tile if you had like Fire 3. As it is, it's not. That's a ruby. Darkmoon warps right back out. Chanigan doing the same thing. Checking that chest, get some couch cash. Let's see if we get some good magic here at we get Lightning 3 and Fire 2. There we go. And Harm 2. And that was about it there. Okay, level 4 white, exit, Harm 4, Cure 4, but Harm 4 and Cure 4 are not Red Mage learnable. And Bane and Lock 2, which are again not terrible, but not really what we're looking for. Oh, Exit, which is Red Mage learnable. And Darkmoon is going to look for, see if there's a shop item here. There is not. Gold bracelet -3 for 14,000 something. That's not awful. And Darkmoon heading into Crescent. First check for a shop item. The herb is the shop item at Crescent for about 12,000. Yeah, that's some bad luck with that Wiz Mummy pack. Chain +3, that'll be decent armor for the fighter and the 2 red mages. Darkmoon does not. Let me look at something. Early stage item is not on in these flags, so Darkmoon cannot go for the so Darkmoon can't really get the item from Crescent Lake yet anyway. Darkmoon heads up for Ice Cave. Let's see how this is gonna go. Yes, warp and exit will make Ice Cave much easier. And Chanigan gets that ruby. Gets a little better luck on that Wiz Mummy pack. And that's adamant. Not necessarily what you want to see there, but not the worst thing you can see there. Let me remind myself. Well, progression had to be there or in Volcano. And Volcano Vanilla is the red D chest. Opal Bog. No, Duskbloom Herb was the shop item at... Oh, yeah, progression could be the herb. Herb being the shop item at Crescent Lake. And Darkmoon gets out of there fine. Starts sailing the river system. Now, I think I go back up around via Provoca just because the enemies are a little easier. Softenum, this is not floor and entrance shuffle. This isn't the co-op tournament. But Darkmoon is going to pick up that... or maybe not. Maybe Darkmoon's not going to pick up that herb. Maybe Darkmoon forgot he saw the herb at Crescent Lake. Because he had the money to get it. Ah, Darkmoon's going to Volcano. Gonna burn off an encounter. Checking the fire elemental tile. And is gonna check the armory itself. Also is gonna check the Gurworm tile. It's mages. Mages with crack. Oof. Ouch. Yeah, that is not worth going. That is not worth risking for not an incentive item. The only thing that'll feel bad is if that's like a Vorpal or a Massa. Yeah, just say no to crack, kids. Couch cash. Uh-oh, Chanigan finds his grind tile. Chanigan finds the eye. That is a grind tile. So you'll hear people refer to a grind tile. A grind tile means it's a tile that gives a lot of XP, that's relatively easy to kill, that you can use to grind up levels on your black belt. And Darkmoon didn't even check that. That's a bottle. And Darkmoon not going to make the play at carry. Which, I don't blame him. I don't blame Darkmoon for not making the play at carry, not at levels, not the levels he's got. And Chanigan is gonna grind that eye. I think Darkmoon forgot about the herb. Yes, that grind tile is why the 3-member party will shine. Yes, looks like Darkmoon has remembered that herb is there. And is going to go turn that herb in, turn the adamant in, and let's see where that's going. See where that's going to get us. That herb will give us the canal. Doesn't do us a lot of good without a ship, but it's a start. Yes, this adamant is going to be ship or floater. Or it's going to lead to it. It's the crown. And that crown will turn into the ship. And did I say that's about 22 on Chanigan's side? Meanwhile, Darkmoon fighting Astos to get that ship. That ship should, if I recall correctly, be at Dwarf Dock? Or Elfland Dock. And Chanigan's black belt just hit 23. Meanwhile, Darkmoon's going to go over to Melmond, check level 5 magic, and there's a life. Sure. Sure, thank you. And Chanigan has eliminated everything but the black belt, so that's going to... So now that grind's going to hit high gear. So Chanigan's going to be there until that black belt hits 42, probably. Pretty close. Sure, thank you.
Oh, hello everyone, this is your tracker, Duskflume. I'm going to fill in for DM Stewart for a little bit here. So you see Darkmoon just picking up the floater, going to go and check out the bottle and the slab, getting those back to back. Seeing if that will get any progression, because as of now, we can't get to any of our orb dungeons. We need a rod, we need Oxyale, and oh, I guess we can go to Sky. We have Chime and Cube. That is a tail from the Bottle Fairy, something that Darkmoon probably will want, but Chanigan will not be interested in. Darkmoon now heading to Lefane to see what the slab gives him. Meanwhile, Chanigan just continuing to punish the grind spots that are in front of him here. Taking on Blue D after all of those eyes. Getting to 34 now, definitely looks like they're about finished. Heading out now with what they got from Ice and a stop hammer from Lefane. Not very interesting, not something that we need, definitely not something we need to complete the game. Looks like Darkmoon is going to head to Ordeals. Doesn't really have too many checks left. Could go to Sky. That's interesting. A T-Rex right off the reset. See if maybe Darkmoon might want to take some levels on this if it's not too chunky. And meanwhile, Chanigan's going to go ahead and head to Volcano. More than likely just go grab that bottle that's down there and then punch Carrie in the face 1 or 2 times to get the first orb lit. T-Rex does not look like it's going to cooperate at the levels that Darkmoon's at, so he's just going to reset out of that and make the trek to Ordeals. Darkmoon saving outside Ordeals, burning off a few encounters, getting ready to head in and traverse the maze. Chanigan all the way down on Carrie's floor in Volcano, now going to grab the bottle real quick. At this point for Darkmoon, there aren't too many choices left that get him the last few things that he needs. Everything is available at this point except for the one other item that they chose. I believe it was the white shirt item. Is required to finish the game. So there's going to be one dud spot. We don't know where that is yet, but he can check Ordeals, he can check Waterfall, and he can check Sky. Those are the 3 locations open to him right now. Chanigan's got his bottle. Chanigan is going to take out Carrie. Shouldn't take too long. Yep, there we go. Already done. That's the power of a black belt. First orb lit about 31:30 for Chanigan. Still has a lot of exploration to catch up on, but that black belt's going to make a lot of this really trivial. Darkmoon's still going to have to try and find his level somewhere. Chanigan now heading back to Crescent is definitely going to have enough, way more than enough money to get that herb. He could probably buy another 20 of those if he wanted. We'll see if he ends up bringing back the other party members or just leaving them down. Nope, going to go ahead and bring them back up. And Darkmoon pretty quickly through the maze there. That's always good to not have to spend too much time there. Did have the warp caster, so make it easy to go back from a missed move. Does not decide to take on the slimes. Just going to go ahead and check some chests here, see if there's any interesting things to grab. And then we'll see what the incentive item is here. It's got an 80% chance of being something good. And it's the loot. That's not really progression, but it is required to beat the game. Chanigan turns in the herb to the prince, gets the now, and is now going to be heading to the dwarves to turn in that adamant for the crown. See, Chanigan about to get his ship and finally get out of the inner sea. Darkmoon is heading back to Corneria. Just to restock on some items. And Chanigan took the wrong turn. Astos ship goes to Elfland, not dwarves. Only if you get it from the dwarves. We'll be at the dwarf dock. We'll see what Darkmoon's next move is here. Almost certainly has to be Waterfall. I don't think he has the levels or the magic or anything really to do Sky. But it looks like he may be trying to get that T-Rex. Or did I miss him wiping on the tile out of Ordeals? I may have missed that. Or no, he's going after Saurians. That's an interesting grind if that's what this ends up being. They do give some pretty decent experience, and they're not the toughest combatants. Chanigan's gone ahead and picked up his 2 items from the Titan and Sarda. He's got the cube, and now here comes the floater. Almost certainly see Chanigan head right to get that floater online. And yeah, it does look like Darkmoon is just going to take a Soria grind. It's not bad. Like, they are decent experience, though it is a bit slow, and with Chanigan having a pretty fully online black belt, I don't know if this is going to lend itself to helping Darkmoon out as much as you think it might. No, that's a good point in chat from Pickles and Beer. Maybe just trying to get enough levels to hopefully take on that T-Rex. I think the problem is, as we saw the equipment there, is that it doesn't really have any good weapons. And counting on Lightning 3 to take out a A T-Rex is not really a winning proposition. But maybe the black belt can get enough levels to do some sort of damage. Meanwhile, Chanigan has got his floater. Gonna go ahead and be disappointed by what the bottle is, be disappointed by what the slab is. Neither of these items are ones that Chanigan is going to be interested in. I can't see Chanigan going to get the promotion classes with the black belt as it is. Dark Moon, maybe, if he decides not to level the black belt up too much. And Chanigan does the smart thing there by saving at the airship and resetting out of Lufane, not having to walk all the way back. And we'll see Chanigan making the sky play here. This is, again, almost certainly some sort of progression. It's either this or waterfall. We'll see what ends up being here. And worst case, even if it isn't immediate progression, it's a fiend. You got to get it down for the orb. Now, the difference here with some other flag sets is that where the sky incentive is here is it's anywhere in sky. So from this point forward, from where Chanigan is, it can be in any of these chests. So that is, it could be in the first chest he looks at, or it could be in the very last chest of Sky 3. There are quite a few chests in Sky, so it just depends on how lucky you are. People have different ways they go about this. Some will skip the second floor after checking the first floor. They may not check this bottom chest down here. They may just check the left and right on the first floor and go directly to the third floor. Some people are very, very diligent about checking every chest on every floor. And there's no real right or wrong answer to it because it could be anywhere. In this case, it is not on the first floor, so we will see if Chanigan decides to check the second floor or go straight to the third. Meanwhile, Dark Moon is still working on those Sorias. And Chanigan will skip the second floor and go directly to the third. The third does have a higher concentration of chests. Nothing of interest there. Lots of warp charges does make this a lot easier too. You don't have to walk back from each chest location. Oh, no luck so far for Chanigan. Got 4 more checks on the left side here of Sky 3, and if not, then it's the really sprawled out Sky 2. Nope, unlucky. Got about 8 or 9 chests here in 6 different locations on Sky 2, all spread out. Not in the first one. Not there either. 4 more locations. 3 more. Always a bad feeling when you get this close to last locating the sky incentive. 2 more. Now 8 gold's not much of an incentive of anything. This will feel especially bad if it is just what the normal vanilla sky incentive location is. And it is. That's a little bit of a kick to the gut game. Come on. This is normally where the Sky Incentive is, this chest here, right here, the very last one that Chanigan has checked of the 40 or 45 that he has. And it's the rod. So he'll be heading to take out Tiamat now that he's completely emptied Sky of anything of note. Darkmoon is now trying to take on the T-Rexes, has gotten the party to level 19, hoping that's enough, wiping out the rest of the party to get the black belt some levels, maybe. At this point, it does look like Chanigan is a bit in the driver's seat, with the black belt being the level that it is, about to get his second orb. And not really behind on any checks. There's a Warmech. We're going to get a Warmech fight, everybody. Truly a blessed seed, this is. And we get a dead Warmech. That is some fantastic experience for Chanigan's party. 2 to 3 levels on the black belt, 4 to 5 on the red mages. Really nice. Now we have Chanigan pulling up to Tiamat. Can't see this taking more than 1 or 2 turns with where the black belt is. Well, only 367 damage. That's a lot less than I thought it would be. We will see if that tempered black belt will do enough damage on turn 2. It does. We're through. That is the second orb lit at 4346 for Chanigan. Their plays now are Ordeals, Waterfall, or Earth Cave. With the rod, Ordeals will give us our third orb, and while it doesn't directly have an incentive item, it does open up the sages in Crescent, and they will give us an item after the Lich is defeated, and that's where he's going, to Earth Cave. Meanwhile, it looks like Darkmoon is getting the black belt grind online with the T-Rex, almost down to just the black belt solo. So this will be quick levels. We'll see if it's quick enough to be able to catch up. It is thankfully just right off the reset there, so that's at least not much time lost. And now we are down to just the black belt, and we will see how quickly we can get this T-Rex down. Pretty quickly. That was only about 450 damage, so this shouldn't take too long. That's good news for Darkmoon. Well, Chanigan has already reached the vampire. Chanigan has defeated the vampire. At this point, there's not really much that's going to be stopping Chanigan up until the Temple of Fiends Revisited and the 4 feed refights and Chaos. Those are probably the last any sort of issue that he's going to face. A black belt at 37 or 38, not a lot that's going to do anything to it. At 14,000 experience per T-Rex for Darkmoon, so he's definitely catching up quickly. Already to 29. We'll see what level that he decides to take it to. He does have the Ordeals run done, whereas Chanigan does not, but Chanigan is 3 orbs to 0. Heading directly to the Sages to see what item he'll get here. It's going to be either the key, the Oxy Ale, or the white shirt item. And it's the Oxy Ale. So what we know from this now is the waterfall is the key, and the Sea Shrine item is the White Shrew item. So you do have to go to Waterfall to get the key, because that opens up Topher. But you don't need to get the incentive item out of Sea, because it's more than likely going to be worthless. And Chanigan here deciding to go ahead and do Sea Shrine first, and then head to Waterfall right after. DarkmoonEX now up to level 37 on the black belt. Looks like he's taking it all the way to 42, because that's 2 more levels right there. So while DarkmoonEX does seem a fair bit behind, he's gonna go through the rest of this rather quickly. Oh, and Chanigan thought he had to keep it, did not. So maybe he's not sure exactly of what's left. He still hasn't done Ordeals, and he hasn't done Waterfall. DarkmoonEX has completed his grind. He's going to be heading back to, it looks like, Crescent to get party members back up. And we'll see where he goes from here. He might just go ahead and knock out Volcano Senses right here, get his first orb. Full party back, everybody healthy. And yep, we are making the play to Volcano to go ahead and just get this out of the way quickly. Meanwhile, Chanigan is on the 4th floor of C, not checking any chests whatsoever. There's nothing that he really needs at this point. He just needs to kill the Kraken, get the key, get the loot, finish up. So there really isn't much decision making left at this point. This is just stomping through the rest of the game with 2 very high level black belts and obliterating anything that gets in your way. It's just a matter of who's gonna finish the obliterating first. We're going to cast a lot of punch, yes. Well, hey, at least Kraken was able to dice and slice up that red mage. So there's a win for the bad guys. That's the 4th orb lit. Chanigan now going to Waterfall. This will be the key. DarkmoonEX going to take carry out in no time flat. Now the question here for Chanigan is, do you go back into Sea Shrine to see what the locked chest is there, or do you go to Ordeals? I'm almost certainly going to go to Sea Shrine because of the proximity, and while that is going to be the wrong choice, it's the one that makes the most sense. It is going to give DarkmoonEX a little bit of a chance to try and catch up, though. As DarkmoonEX is now heading to Sky. Another way that DarkmoonEX can catch up here is if he gets the right chest quicker than Chanigan did. Chanigan did check every single chest in Sky. There is our key. Now we get to see just how thorough DarkmoonEX is going to be. You don't really see anybody's... I'm surprised DarkmoonEX is skipping 1st floor. going third for first. That is the highest concentration of checks. It's not going to be here, so it'll fall to see if he goes to the second floor or the first floor next. Meanwhile, Chanigan has decided to make that play into C. Is going to find whatever the white shirt item ends up being here. Oh, sorry, it's the defense sword item, and it's an extra sword, which we don't care about that. Not useful. That leaves a one play for Chanigan. Going to canoe over to our airship, fly across the sea here, and head to Ordeals. And Darkmoon is going to be very thorough, which means he's not going to be able to catch up much time. Going to check everything on the first floor first. It's looking very, very possible here that unless Topher has something really dangerous in store, we're going to have a sub-hour from Chanigan, which is a pretty decent time for these seeds, for this flag set. And Darkmoon shouldn't be too far behind. Again, Chanigan making good use of those warp spells. Choosing the wrong pillars, going right back. That is a very nice advantage of having warp at an early spell slot like that. Is it helps you out in so many different scenarios. It helps you out in Ice Cave, it helps you out here, it helps you out getting out of Marsh if you get it early enough, it helps you get out of Waterfall. It really is one of the most useful spells in the game, and it doesn't do a point of damage. Chanigan ignoring all the chests, once again, does not need anything. There is his final item, the loot. And we got Nagama for our troubles. Darkmoon gets the rod. So saved a few checks over Chanigan there, didn't check the right side of Sky 2. And at this point, just heading to the airship, going a little bit southwest, and on to Topher. That's unfortunate for Darkmoon. Blaze Mancats, I don't think we saw that at all at any point. And Chanigan is entering Topher right at the 55-minute mark. We're going to see anything at all that can stand in front of this black belt. What do you have, Lich? Good talk. How about you, Carrie? Anything? Oh, that kind of hurt. And you survived a punch. Darkmoon gets his second orb. And Carrie goes down on Chanigan's side. The potion spam to get the black belt back to health. Kraken can't hit quite hard. Little early on the Cure 4 there, unfortunately. Would have been really nice on turn 2. Oh, and there goes one red mage down. But Kraken 2 is down. Now we're on to Tiamat 2 as Darkmoon enters the Earth Cave. And Tiamat 2 is down. All that stands between Chanigan and a win here in Game 1 is Chaos. He is indeed here to kill Chaos. Putting that red mage up in the top row to take any hits that Chaos may throw at us. 8 hits for 539 without a temper, so that's a pretty good start. Chaos not very dodgy or tanky. Chaos with rub, but that doesn't matter to a high-level black belt. 858 damage on the second turn, probably not going to last much longer. 8 hits for 1016. I don't think he can take much more of that. And that's it. Get your GGs out for Chanigan. Finishing this seed in 57 minutes and 6 seconds. And I do believe that is going to be a forfeit for Darkmoon, unless he's just frozen. No, he's still going, it looks like. Just looked like the stream froze at an inopportune time. And we're going to go ahead and welcome in our first place finisher, Chanigan.
Hello, it would help if I join.
It would. Welcome on in, and GG, congratulations on your Game 1 win.
Thank you.
So, always nice to find French vanilla eye tile, huh?
Almost French vanilla. Was on the tile on the right. So almost.
Almost there, yeah. But didn't prove to be too difficult in taking out. The only thing is that it didn't seem to want to attack you.
Yeah, that's why I checked at some point the tile below, and I was happy to see it was a blue D, so I was able to get one of my red mage down, and yeah, the rest was just getting some luck.
Yeah, so 57 minutes, pretty good time for this set there. Looks like you had a pretty easy time overall. There wasn't too much that proved to be much of an issue for you. Just a key bunk in C, but other than that.
And Mars Cave, the 2 or 3 wipes I had in Mars Cave.
Oh, that's right.
Couldn't get past the trap tile.
The Wiz Mummies with poison. Yeah, Darkmoon was able to get through that first try, so that was a bit of a separation at first, but you finding that eye tile and then the blue D tile definitely helped create separation in your favor.
But only because of that, the few wipes in the marsh, I felt so behind. Because I was 2 minutes roughly, and with the few mistakes I did right off the start with the imps killing pretty much everyone in a few turns, like there was so much time waste. But I feel like I recovered pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, you did quite a good job with a little bit of early game issues, and we're welcoming in Darkmoon. Good game, Darkmoon. Looks like the OBS crashed, but you can see that you did end up finishing a bit after Chanigan did.
There, now I'm set up.
Hello.
Discord always likes to switch my audio for no good reason.
So you did have a bit of an early advantage there.
I don't want to know that.
Well, you did. Chanigan had a few wipes early in Marsh Cave. You did not get to see the Wiz Mummy's poison.
Oh, God, no, that would have... Wow.
Yeah, and they kept ambushing me. Like, I think two times they ambushed me. I'm like, what can I do? Oh. And last time I just got lucky and just managed to go through.
Yeah, I think on my stream, if you watch my stream directly, what there is of it, I closed my eyes and squinted and held A and just waited for it to get past. But thankfully they didn't poison me, so I just figured they'd hit me hard because I was only level 5 going in.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because levels sucked for this seed.
Oh man, Magic was so awful. I'm like, okay, magic level 1 magic, man, I can live with that. Level 2 magic also is bad. I'm like, oh no. And level 3 is just costs way too much.
Yeah, like I picked up level 3 and that was great on the way past, but it was also that thing of like my red mage didn't have any charges, or red mages didn't have any charges to cast it until after I was done at Volcano for my first visit. I'm just like, I'm just gonna run past everything, see if there's a tile I can punch down, and if not, and then I missed the eye tile, which pisses me off.
Yeah, I grinded a few levels in for money next to Elfland just to get the my 2 red mage lightning 3.
Yeah, nah. It was fun. I mean, if I had, that probably would have made the eye tile I accidentally skipped worthwhile, but oops.
Well, you did find the T-Rexes late, at least.
I did! I mean, I thought the grind I came up with was great! Like, improvising that on the fly and doing what I had to do, I made it work, and I kept it within 8 minutes despite that, but... that eye tile... I mean, if I'd seen the eye tile, I would have done Volcano in a single dip, and everything else would have gone much faster because I wouldn't have had to worry about running so much. Like, it just changes the seed, as Chanigan shows.
It's so often that Ice Cave can just seem to be like a pivoting point, whether it's, there's 4 or 5 different grind tiles there, and if you go there early enough, there's a lot of enemies that can be really difficult to get through with scripts and everything, so... I know that's what ended up costing me in my seat earlier today.
The flag set is odd, because you pretty much always have to dip Ice and Volcano. And Carry can be cruel in this flag set, so if you don't have like good spells or good levels, you have to really make that decision with Volcano about a single or a double dip. And I mean, with Warp this time, I was just like, well, I can... And a good hero run, I can lava run most of the way down and then warp my way back out, and I only lose a couple minutes doing that, but it was enough. Yeah.
So that was one good thing about this seed, was early warp and multiple red mages to use it with. That helped out in a lot of places.
Didn't even have to buy it. It was just there. So no, but GG's Chanigan. That was a good race. Sorry I didn't keep it closer.
Yep. So this was game 1 for you two. Do you have game 2 planned out already?
Yeah, just whenever Chanigan has time.
Yeah, that's what's the issue. I'm super busy this week.
It's all good. I'm free any evening, and I know you pretty much have to fit everyone into your schedule, so just let me know. It's fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll start with our winner, Chanigan. Do you have any final thoughts for us?
Thank you for jumping in, DM, for commentating. Not DM. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I was about to sneeze. Thank you for jumping in, for commentating. Thank you, Dustbloom, for tracking. GG's to Darkmoon. Not a 10-minute gap, so
I was happy.
We're happy at least.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know what I would have done if those ordeals grinds hadn't been there. That would have been much worse for me. So
yeah. And I want to say thank you, SpeedGaming, for hosting us.
And Darkmoon, any final thoughts?
I mean, I'm not good at this flag set, so I kind of went into all of these expecting that, I was going to lose. At least Chanigan didn't, horribly crush me. Ice Cave crushed me this time, but no, GG's. I look forward to game 2. This has been fun.
It has been fun. Been fun to track, been fun to play, been fun to watch. And hope everybody who's watching here had fun watching our runners today. Thank you all for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.